What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, I've been thinking about this for a couple days and I want to make a video on it. So Generation Selects releases that I feel like we are pretty much overdue for, and that we should have seen, I don't know, at least this year or a year ago, 2, 3 years ago or something. Just a lot sooner, just in general, that we just haven't gotten yet. Which, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. A lot of these picks here seem pretty obvious repaints, especially if Hasbro wants to make money and they want to, recoup funds off molds and they want to repaint stuff and save money in toy lines. It just makes sense to do some of these. And the fact that we haven't gotten them, some of these on the list at least, is a bit ridiculous to me. So I thought of, like, I don't know, 10, 11 figures here that they could do in Generation Selects. I'm going to go through this list and talk about them, so let's get right down to it. First one here is pretty obvious. Energon Tidal Wave. We just got, the Armada Tidal Wave release, close to a year ago now. And it would just be really nice to finally get that announcement of a simple repaint of him that, people would just like to have. We need more Energon representation in the Generations mainline nowadays, especially with this whole multiversal angle. It's absolutely dumb to me that they're leaving out Beast Machines and Energon. It seems pretty childish, and they're basically just missing out on their own money that they could be making. So all around, it's just a dumb decision, and hopefully, at least in the next year or two, we get a repaint for Energon Tidal Wave here. Next one, we have Universe 2004 Razor Claw. Now, we got Tigerhawk. He's been released now for close to a year, about 11 months, and there's still no word on a Razor Claw repaint. There was a rumor, I don't know, a year and a half ago, when we first got the listing for Razor Claw, for Tigerhawk, that we would be getting a Razor Claw repaint at some point soon. But I don't know what's going on with that. Again, it just makes sense. If they want to make money off the molds, this is a repaint that a lot of people want. It's Tigerhawk in freaking black and purple. Repaints like this always sell, people always want them, and it's just a fire Beast Wars design that looks amazing in the black and purple color scheme ever since 2004. Next pick I got here is Universe Optimus Primal. Now this one's a little crazy, it's a little out there, but it's not out of the realm of Hasbro to make, because they want to make repaints, they want to recoup money, and it's Optimus Primal, and Optimus Primal sells nowadays. So it would just make sense for them to try and get another Primal out there in a cheap, timely, cost-effective way. And this is basically perfect to me. Yes, the colors are absolutely insane, but it's still got that nostalgia factor. It's still an A-list character that the Hasbro knows sells. So it's kind of just a no-brainer to me, whether it's in mainline or if it's for Gen Selects. I don't know. I mean, we got the thing that confused me about what happened here with Primal is when Kingdom came out, it's almost 4 years ago now, we got the repaint of Nemesis Primal, which we never saw before. It's a character that Hasbro made up for Kingdom, and we get that repaint in a Target 4-pack that basically nobody really cares about. I mean, people like it, a lot of people bought the 4-pack for that. But at the same time, a lot of people were gunning for the Universe 2004 repaint. That's what a lot of people were expecting when that 4-pack first got leaked. And the fact that we didn't get it was just completely weird to me. So hopefully at some point soon we finally get Universe Primal. Another Universe pick. I'm going crazy on the Universe 2004 in this video, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just a 2000s Transformers fan and glazer. I want to see these simple repaints, frankly, get made. And the fact that we haven't gotten them yet is ridiculous to me. But next one here, Universe 2004 Ramjet. We could just get a simple new head sculpt and repaint from the Armada Starscream mold. This Starscream figure has been out for over 2 years now. They're doing all these Armada updates. They're doing Seekers from Unicron Trilogy, or at least they're starting to with Cybertron Skywarp next year, I think. And they also did Thundercracker earlier this year. So they're starting to do UT Seekers. So it just makes sense for them to finally knock out Ramjet. We're finally getting RAD 2001 Omega Prime, and if you guys don't know, they interacted in the comics. They kind of fought a little bit in the Universe comics back then. So it just makes sense and a little bit of toy line synergy there with the characters that maybe next year, whether it's an exclusive or Gen Selects, we finally get Ramjet here. And I know a lot of people have been asking for this guy for a while now, the last couple years. Speaking of HasLab Omega Prime, come on guys, I know this is a little tricky with this being a HasLab and all, but technically it would be a different figure. It would be a different release. It's still, it'd still make the HasLab a special one-of-a-kind release here. So, Universe RAD 2001, Yellow Optimus, Female Optimus, Splendid Convoy, whatever you want to call her. It would be really dope to see her get remade in the modern era, especially based off of that HasLab mold. But again, I know this is tricky. I know Hasbro may not do this because of it being HasLab and them not wanting to ruin the speciality of it and ruin the whole aspect and advertising of what a HasLab is. So, I don't know. This is probably one on the list that we may never get unless if they redo RAD 2001 Optimus in the next 10-15 years, I'd assume, which is probably going to happen. It's an Optimus Prime. It's a character in design that people always want. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get this character for a long, long time. But I don't know, they got the HasLab mold. A lot of people were asking about a Splendid Convoy repaint when this HasLab first came out. I remember back in January, people were hitting up Evan and Mark on Instagram asking about if we're ever going to get a repaint of this Optimus into Splendid Convoy. And I can't remember the exact answers, but Evan and Mark, they were basically talking about they could try to do something to get a repaint like that out there, if they could do a special release or whatever. I don't know what the exact answer was, but they didn't really say no. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I just really want to see it at some point. Let's talk about a box set option here, shall we? G2 Stunticons. Now, we are starting to get single releases of G2 Stunticons over the last couple years. They've been really scattered and kind of random when they are released. We just got G2 Breakdown. We got G2, I think it was in, the Velocitron line a couple years ago. We got another G2 Stunticon, so it's been very scattered over the last couple of years. So I just feel like in one big box set for Gen Selects, it would just make sense for them to knock it all out, make money off the molds. A lot of people will buy it. People love G2. It's very nostalgic. They love the silly color schemes. But who knows? I would just really like to see this box set get done. It makes sense. They already did the G1 box set. They're doing a G2 Dinobots box set next year that was leaked. So I feel like this is on the table definitely. Next one here, an Armada Power Links Optimus Prime. I just want to see that glorious Legacy Optimus put through the Beast Wars Primal color scheme. I've always thought since a little kid that Power Link's color scheme was amazing. Getting the reference that Gary Chalk voices Optimus, he also voiced Primal, and they basically did inverted colors there. Same with Galvatron and Megatron. David Kaye voiced Megatron in Beast Wars. It was just a full circle moment kind of, and a nice little reference to Beast Wars. You know, getting those Power Links colors, and we just got Galvatron, so I'm sure Optimus isn't too far behind. I'd assume he would be coming out either in the main line or as some sort of exclusive or Gen Selects in, I'd say, maybe the next 2-3 years, possibly. But who knows at this point? Hasbro is all over the place with characters they want to do. Next one here, Cryotek. Now, this is another one that a lot of people have been asking for the last 2 years, and the fact we haven't gotten it yet in an exclusive subline or just in Gen Selects or even in the main line is very confusing to me. Like, we get a freaking random D-list overcharge army builder in Wave 5 of Legacy United, but not a character like Cryotek that people have been actually asking for in droves the last 2.5 years. I don't know, it's a little fishy to me. It's a little bit of a bad decision that Hasbro made, in my opinion, in terms of character picks for repaints in Wave 5. I definitely feel like the other leader class should have been a Cryotek repaint, but hopefully in the next couple years we get him, especially with all the universe characters we may be getting and stuff. It would just fit and be perfect with some of the other RAD 2001 updates that we're getting now. So all around, it would just fit with what Hasbro is doing right now. Next one here, animated Toxitron. We saw the leak like almost a year ago now of an alternate head sculpt that we have on the animated Legacy Optimus mold for his face mask. So people are wondering, when are we going to get this used, and what is it going to be used for? Is it going to be for another Optimus release for his Jetwing pack, or for the Power Master Optimus set that was canceled in Season 4? Or is it going to be for Toxitron, who was, I think, like a FunPub BotCon exclusive character and figure around 2010, 2011, around that time frame? And we got Motormaster, who again was a main villain in the FunPub BotCon stuff for animated. So it just makes sense that we get the other villain type character from the FunPub animated stuff, Toxitron, considering that they're already repainting Optimus and Bumblebee. So I feel like they would want to do Toxitron here soon, especially since they already did the G2 Universe 2004 Toxitron repaint a year and a half ago, which I love that figure. I got it as soon as I could. I couldn't believe they finally made him. So hopefully at some point soon we get an animated Toxitron. Next one here. Now this one is crazy. I really want to see this super bad. This is finally a Bumblebee that I would really be gunning for to get these days. Cybertron Classics 2006 Bumblebee repaint. We saw this in the, what was it called? Legends class line. I'm pretty sure it was Classics, but it may have been Cybertron back in 2006. But we saw it in the Classics line. Hotshot repainted into the Bumblebee color scheme. There's a lot of history behind how this was chosen, a lot of cool references, because Hotshot was originally named Bumblebee in the Armada cartoon. Things got changed around. He was originally supposed to be the Bumblebee type character, and, you know, stuff just morphed into something different there. But, you know, getting that reference and getting that figure made back then was pretty cool, and seeing it now even would be absolutely amazing with the new Hotshot that we got earlier this year. And that is a pretty great mold outside of a couple issues I have with it. So seeing it get repainted into basically a Unicron Trilogy Bumblebee figure would be so cool, and kind of a full circle moment with the history between Bumblebee and Hotshot and those figures. So all in all, I would really love to see that, because, you know, it's freaking Hotshot painted in Bumblebee colors. Like, how is that not cool? And my last pick here, Siege Coneheads. The fact we haven't gotten the Siege Seeker mold redone into the Coneheads, it's just a new paint scheme and a new head sculpt, and boom, you're done. Like, we should get this in like a 3-pack for Gen Selects. That would be amazing. And like, I think that Siege Seeker mold is the best Seeker mold Hasbro's ever made in the entirety of Generations. It's better than Earthrise, it's better than Classics, and I'm not the only one out there that thinks this. Like, most people think Siege is the best Seeker mold because of the articulation, the engineering, the plastic quality, and just the overall looks of that Siege mold was just so stellar and kind of ahead of its time with some of the stuff that we get now. So it's really surprising to me that we haven't gotten Siege Coneheads, especially since we're getting really obscure repaints since Siege ended on that Tetra Jet body mold. We got a freaking Nacil a year and a half ago in an Amazon subline. Like, how do we get Nacil before, like, a Siege Thrust or Dirge or Ramjet? It just doesn't really make sense to me. It seems like a super random pick. So I really hope at some point soon we get Siege Coneheads, but who knows? But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Just one run through. I'm pretty sure that was like 10 or 11 characters and figures and repaints here that I would love to see in Gen Selects, or just get made in general. Let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about my list here? Who do you want redone in Generation Selects the most? All of my social medias are linked down below, including my email, if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or your regular display shelves in your homes. You can either hit me up on any of my social media accounts, or just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!